Hey y'all, welcome back again to another episode. So, in this one, I want to highlight men, and I know I do. I talk shit about them. I do. But I want to talk about what I've experienced and what I was experiencing when I was focused on dating, like when my life was dating focused. I want to share with y'all some things that I noticed. Um and maybe some things you can look out for. This is really for women who date black men. I don't know what other men do. I haven't dated other men. I think I may have dated outside once or twice, but that's it. I don't have enough experience with other men outside. But I have noticed that some black men, they will see a dainty woman and think she's stupid. And I've excused myself from a few acquaintances because of this. And of course they don't know going into me that I'm highly intuitive and like very, very discerning. So I know the games. I know the games you're playing already. So it's really no need to. And some men, they'll poke around and prod and try to see what you about by testing you and asking you specific questions. And while there's nothing wrong with that, there's ways to go about it. There's certain ways to really go about it. So for me, and this is just me personally, don't test me. Don't test me. I don't like when a man feels the need to test me to see what I'm going to do. Like, I remember going on a date and the guy asked me to drive. He picked me up and he asked me to drive because and granted, y'all, he drives for his company. He has his own company and he is driving all day. I get that. And he said he was tired of driving and he just want to roll up and relax. Like, this is his time to relax. And I said, okay, like it caught me off guard a little bit, but I was like, okay. And so as I'm riding, I'm just thinking. I'm driving and like I get on the highway and I'm just thinking. He in the passenger seat, he rolling up and everything. Okay, fine, whatever. But as I'm thinking, something hits me and it's like, this is one of the man tests. You driving this car right now is one of these man tests that they do. So, just make sure you're aware of that. Okay? We got further down the road and he ended up telling me, yeah, I got you driving. I got you driving because it was really a test. It was really a test to see if you know how to drive and if I could trust you driving my cars. And while some women might have been excited by that or been happy about that, I was irritated. Because why do they always have to trick you or manipulate you into doing something? Like, it seems like men are not satisfied until they have tricked you into doing something, or they feel like they sitting up higher. They got the upper hand because they got you doing something and you really don't know why you doing it. But they know, and it's like a control thing. I don't know, but it irritated me. And I remember another time. I want to bring up another time. And this was what really showed me, y'all. I was out with this guy, and this wasn't a date. Let me be clear. This was not a date, but we did have interest in each other before because I had already known him before. And we had stopped talking before for two reasons. One was because he talks to me like his homeboys, and the thing is, I don't like when men talk to me like they friends and when they joke with me like they friends. Like, because men like to insult each other and they like to make rude, disrespectful jokes towards each other. And that's just not that's not me. I don't like that. Don't talk to me like that. Like, don't talk to me like that. We don't have that type of relationship to where you just roasting and you just finding some shit to just talk shit about. That's just not how I do. Like, I'm a woman, and I'm gonna talk shit with you, competitive if we playing games or whatever. But like, I'm not like that 24/7, and that's just not my type of vibe. So don't talk to me like that. And I told him that. I let him know I didn't like the way he was talking to me, and he didn't stop. He just wouldn't stop talking to me like that, so I ended up cutting him off. And for the other reason was because we was just in two different places in life, and I wasn't happy with anything in my life, so I couldn't be happy with anything outside of it, if that makes sense. But I think when that happened, when I stopped talking to him, it bruised his ego. And I think in my absence, he went and loaded himself up on the podcast man content so he could be better prepared for his next encounter with a woman. Because I think men do that. Like, when they get their feelings hurt or they get upset, they need to feel like other men agree with them, and when a woman do this, you need to make sure you doing this because you a man, and y'all know the type of stuff they be saying, and arming them with with the things to do and the things to say, and just stupid stuff. And so I'll tell you why I say that. Because as we was talking, he ended up telling me how upset he was by our last interaction. And I'm like, okay. The last time we talked, he felt like I wasn't understanding enough, or that I was just complaining or whatever. He was upset that I didn't talk to him no more, and this, that, and the third, right? So for me, I'm like, oh, you're here to humble me. I know what this is. You're here to prove something to yourself and make yourself feel better because you didn't get a chance to get your get back. You didn't get a chance to make me feel how you feel like I made you feel. And so a little backstory, this particular guy had recently been in a wreck, and he had messaged me before I took myself to dinner. And so I asked him to join me. I'm like, okay, I'm going out to dinner. The cleaners is at my house. I need to be out the house anyways. That's fine. Let's go out to eat, because I'm going out to eat anyway. And so he obviously was strained financially because of the wreck. So he texted me back when he texted back after I said, come out to eat with me, he said, so fat boys eat free? And I responded with, if that's your way of asking if I'm paying, yes, I am. Obviously, yes, I am. Now, ladies, I know I do not condone this. I do not recommend doing this. You don't do this all the time. You do this on certain occasions. I invited him out. It was me. It was on me. And I know he was going through a hard time. So that's where I had a little weak spot right there. Because I'm like, I'll pay for it. It ain't no big deal. Whatever. I didn't go into this with the idea of, I'm going to be humbled and I'm just going to be, I'm doing this because of him, because I like him. And I just did that because I know I asked you to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and pay for it. It's not a big deal. But on another occasion, y'all, I don't recommend paying for none for these men. I don't recommend doing none of that. But yeah, that was a test. That was one of his tests. Fat boys eat free. I'm like, I mean, if you asking me if I'm paying, like, yeah, obviously. But that was a test to see if I'm going to spend my money on him, because he has spent his money on me before. He has taken me on dates in the past, and he's done stuff for me, and I've had whatever I wanted. He done bought my Amazon carts and all that shit. He's done stuff for me in the past, so he's trying to test and see if I'm going to do something for him. And if I'm going to spend my money the way he spent money on me and the way that he plans to spend money in the future, So, fast forward to the place. We get to the place and he liked it. He kind of asked me questions here and there, and then we get to a question and he asked me, "Oh, this is really nice, and I like this food. Like, where'd you find this place? How'd you find this place?" And I said, "I came here on a date." And he just looked at me. And he just sat there and looked at me. Why? Because he expected me to lie. He expected me to lie. He didn't expect me to tell the truth. Because if I had lied, that would have gave him the opportunity to filter my answer. And he could take a mental note and be like, "Oh, she lying. What is it she got to lie about?" No, I'm not going to lie to you. So I told him the truth. I came here on a date. And he sat there and looked at me because you didn't prepare for that. You didn't prepare for me to tell you the truth. So now you don't know where to go with the conversation next, because it's like, well, damn. And I said that to him. I said, you thought I was going to lie? You didn't expect me to tell you the truth? But my thing is, why would I have lied? What reason? What reason do I have to lie if we haven't talked in over a year? If we hadn't talked in a year, what reason would I have had to sit up here and lie to you about me going on a date? Because in your mind, you have already, you know it's a possibility that I came here on a date before you even asked the question. So that's a 50-50 question. It's half loaded, half not. Because there's a possibility. On one hand, it's like, okay, she could have been here on a date. You have already set that up in your mind that that could possibly be my answer. So if I had said something else, you probably would have thought I was lying anyway. It's no reason. I'm not going to jump through these hoops and play games with you. I just don't have time for that. I don't care to do that. So we continue on talking. And as we're talking, he slips up and calls me a woman's name. And he goes, something, because I don't understand that, Monica or Monique or whatever the fuck name he said. He said something, and he said another woman's name, right? And that was another test to see what my reaction would be. Now, y'all, I know I probably sound crazy, but I'm telling y'all, use your brain. Like, use your head for more than a hat rack, like my mama would say. That was another test. Okay, I'll tell y'all like this. Ever since I dove into spirituality and analyzed people's behavior, and I've trained my intuition and my discernment, I know when somebody's trying to be slick. Like, it comes so natural. It's like my brain gets an alert. Like, this motherfucker trying to see if you jealous. This motherfucker trying to see, this person is trying to see if you gonna react to what he just said. And he only saying that because, He learned it from someone else. Somebody else have given him the idea to do this and say this, either whether it was from a podcast or YouTube, whatever. Cause he done came back acting different. He wasn't acting like this before. Like, he obviously was hurt. So now he trying to do what these men have told him to do. So once I have realized this, once I look at the situation and I see that this person is doing this, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to come out and put you on blast about what you're trying to do and be like, we don't have to play these back and forth games. We don't have to do this. Just ask me what you want to know. Just say what you want to say. You don't have to beat around the bush. We don't have to do this. Or I'm going to play dumb and drag your intentions out of you. Like, I'm going to play so much and I'm going to dance around that bush so much and take you through this whole obstacle course of chasing me for the satisfaction of what you think my answer is going to be, that you are finally going to get annoyed and just come out and ask what you want to know like an adult. Because I'm not going to play into that shit. I'm not. Because you think I'm fucking stupid. So which one do you want? And that's why I haven't been dating. I haven't been focused on men. I haven't been doing none of that. I'm tired of games. I'm tired. I don't want to go through an assessment. I'm not putting these men through no assessments. Because you're going to show me who you are up front. You're going to show me who you are right here, right now. And sometimes it's not always right now. But you're going to show me eventually. I don't have to test you because I already have my boundaries set in place. I don't have to ask too many questions because them questions going to answer themselves as time moves on. So I don't have to sit up here and test you and do all this and that. Because I know how to shut up and listen. I know how to pay attention. And I know how to pick up on things. So the questions, I promise you, will answer themselves. And I will excuse myself when the time comes. This man tested me 3 times while we was out. And the very last one was asking me if he could get another alcohol drink. Because when I go out, I will have an alcohol drink more than likely. Probably just one, depending on what it is. But I did get an alcohol drink. And since I was getting one, I got him one too. It was no issue for us to have a nice dinner as friends. I didn't care about how much it costed. I didn't care about, are we going to talk after this? I didn't care about nothing because I was already going to dinner anyways. So it didn't matter. Like, I want y'all to really understand that. Like, I want to put the emphasis on how much it really didn't matter to where he was trying to test me. And it's like, it's not this serious. It's not. He asked me if he could get another alcohol drink. Of course, I said no. But I told him, since I invited him out, that I will be covering the check. You know, I'm not sitting up here getting 2 and 3 drinks. You ain't finna sit up here and get two and 3 drinks. And if I was on a date with him, and which he should already know that, I always asked if I could get an alcohol drink, and I never got more than one. The fuck? I never went above and beyond on his wallet. So, come on now. But yeah, I told his ass no. But I am going to go ahead and cover the check like I said I would. But before this was all over, this man and I had a conversation. We had a serious conversation. And he ended up telling me that he didn't have his father, and he really didn't know how to talk to women and stuff like that, which I knew he didn't, because he had, even with us sitting there, this man told me I had gained weight since he last seen me. And I was like, you don't tell a woman she's gained weight. You don't say that to a lady. Oh, well, nobody else have a problem with it. Nobody else have a problem when I say stuff like that. Baby, they're not me. They're not me, honey. And then I already told this man. About how he talked to me. So that hasn't changed. You done learned all this other information, but you ain't learned that. That's the whole reason why we not talking now. But yeah, y'all, we had a serious conversation about our lives, and I took mental notes from it. You know, I took mental notes, and I kind of realized why he wouldn't be my ideal choice. Aside from the games that he was playing, he wouldn't be my choice because, well, for a few reasons. Now, let me tell y'all the pros, though. He makes amazing money. Great job. Great benefits. He makes great money. He's single. He don't have no kids. He have his own house. He have 2 cars. It's great. He tall. He like 6'3", dark skin. I think he weighed like 280. Like, he one of them guys that he don't look like he weigh that much. Like, he does not look, because I think when I first started talking to him, he was 300 pounds. He was over 300 pounds, and he don't even look like he was 300 pounds. But he ended up sharing with me that he didn't have his father, and he didn't know some things, and he's still learning some things even at 30, and he don't really know how to talk to women, and he needs help with that. So instead of getting irritated with him, you know, why don't I take the time to teach him? Why don't I show him? And he knows I have a podcast. He's never really listened to my podcast. But if he had have listened to this, he would know immediately that my answer was no. You know, the answer is no. He would have known that had he ever listened to any of my content, because that was the immediate deal breaker. I'm not teaching a grown man nothing else. I've already done that before. I'm not teaching anything. It is exhausting. It is exhausting, and it brings down my respect for you. I can't respect you if I have to teach you how to do every single thing. It's like a child. I have to teach you how to love me, teach you how to respect me. What? That's like a man saying he want to get you some flowers, but he give you his money to go order them, go order the flowers, go write your own card, and go pick them up for yourself. Like, yeah, technically you did it, but you didn't put in the work for it. You didn't put in the effort for it. I did everything. And that's why you hear women saying stuff like, well, I might as well be with myself. I might as well be single. You know, I might as well be with myself because I'm doing it anyway. I'm teaching you how to love me, teaching you how to respect me, teaching you how to gift me. Like, I'm teaching you everything. I might as well. I'm giving it to myself. I'm doing it myself. It's like I'm standing here, I'm getting outside my body, and I'm literally doing everything for myself. I'm getting outside my body, going to get me some flowers. I'm getting outside my body, going to do some thoughtful date planning. You know, I have to plan the dates. I have to get my own shit. I have to do this. I have to tell you how to talk to me. Tired of doing that. Then I have to, and then the worst one of all, I have to tell you and show you how to have sex with me. I have to show you how to please me, how to talk to me, how to love me, how to give me gifts. Baby, I might as well be with me. Might as well stay right here and be single, honey. Because then dealing with a man, not only are you teaching him everything and how to do everything for you, and you have the emotional intelligence to give him all those things. He doesn't have to teach you anything. He doesn't have to teach you how to talk to him. He doesn't have to teach you how to treat him. He doesn't have to teach you how to love him, how to spoil him. The things that he needs. He don't have to teach you that. He don't have to teach you that he works 12s, so you should probably bring him lunch. Or you should make sure that he gonna have something to eat. Or make sure that his coat is in the car, or make sure, or whatever it is that he needs. He don't have to teach you that. You already know how to do that stuff. You know how to be thoughtful. You know how to do these things. Like, how is that fair? But when it come down to you, you have to walk him through what to do. That's exhausting. And I be feeling for these women. I feel for these women who are in relationships like this. You know how to do everything for him without him having to tell you, without him having to ask you. But you have to ask him. Beg him. Beg him to think for himself. Tired of teaching grown-ass men. You should already know. Why don't you already know? So this episode is insult my intelligence. Don't insult my intelligence. Don't test me. Don't beat around the bush. Don't do this type of stuff. It's a turnoff. And I know it's men listening to this. I know it is. So I hope you took something from this. Because y'all listen to women and y'all watch women content so that y'all can know what to do and so that y'all can morph and shapeshift into who you think we want you to be. Actually be that shit. Don't shapeshift. Actually work and learn how to be that. The fuck? But all right, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all in the next episode before I get mad and really get started on here. I'll call y'all back later.